It all started with a chance encounter at a cozy bookstore tucked away on a quiet street corner. As I reached for the same book she was after, our fingers brushed against each other, sending a tingling sensation up my spine. We both laughed, struck by the serendipity of the moment, and that's how our relationship began. From our very first date, there was an undeniable chemistry between us. We spent hours talking, sharing stories of our lives, our dreams, and our fears. It felt like we had known each other for years. As the days turned into weeks, and then months, our connection only grew stronger. Our love was deep, genuine, and passionate. However, something strange began to happen. Whenever I looked into a mirror, my reflection seemed to hesitate for a split second before mimicking my movements. It was as if there was a delay, a glitch in the reflection. At first, I brushed it off as a trick of the light or a figment of my imagination. But the more I observed, the more convinced I became that something was off. One evening, as we were getting ready for a date night, I caught my reflection in the mirror, and a cold shiver ran down my spine. The reflection stared back at me, not with my familiar expression, but with a malevolent grin that sent a wave of fear coursing through my veins. I blinked, and the reflection returned to normal, but the unease remained. I tried to rationalize the experience, telling myself it was stress or fatigue playing tricks on my mind. Yet, the encounters with my distorted reflection became more frequent, and each time I could feel an otherworldly presence lurking just beyond my vision. It was as if the mirrors had become windows to a parallel reality, one that was twisted and nightmarish. Desperate for answers, I confronted her, the woman I had fallen so deeply in love with. She looked at me with eyes that held a strange mixture of sorrow and understanding. "You're seeing the connection between our worlds," she whispered, her voice sending shivers down my spine. She explained that our love had somehow opened a portal, a link between our realities. Through the mirrors, we could glimpse each other, but the connection had become tainted, a reflection of the darkness that can lurk within the heart. She admitted that she had dabbled in forces beyond our understanding, and in doing so, had bound our souls together in a way that defied the laws of nature. As the days went by, the distortion in the mirrors grew more pronounced, and the sinister version of myself in the reflection seemed to grow stronger, feeding off my fear and anxiety. I realized that I had unwittingly stepped into a nightmare, a realm where the line between reality and reflection had become blurred, and where the woman I loved held a power that was both terrifying and irresistible. In the end, I faced a choice: to sever the connection and risk losing her forever, or to confront the darkness within myself and confront the malevolent reflection head-on. The battle that followed was not just against a supernatural force, but against my own doubts, fears, and insecurities. It was a battle for my sanity, my love, and ultimately, my very existence.
Our story began in an art gallery, where a chance meeting between two strangers ignited a spark that would change my life forever. As I gazed at a mesmerizing painting, captivated by the intricate details and the emotions it evoked, I felt a presence beside me. She was there, her eyes fixed on the same painting, and a conversation sparked between us as naturally as a gentle breeze on a warm summer day. Her name was Eliza, and her passion for the arts matched my own. We shared stories, exchanged opinions on the artwork, and as the hours flew by, it felt as if time had suspended itself, just for us. The connection we shared was unlike anything I had experienced before, and when she handed me a business card with her number, I knew I had to see her again. Our dates were filled with laughter, shared interests, and a sense of comfort that is rare to find. But it was during our third date that things took a turn that I could never have anticipated. Eliza surprised me with a gift, a meticulously crafted dollhouse that resembled an elegant Victorian mansion. The attention to detail was astonishing, from the tiny furniture to the delicate curtains that adorned the miniature windows. I was touched by her thoughtfulness, and the dollhouse became a centerpiece in my living room, a symbol of our blossoming relationship. As the weeks went by, however, I began to notice something peculiar. The furniture inside the dollhouse seemed to rearrange itself overnight. At first, I brushed it off as my imagination playing tricks on me, but the changes became more pronounced and unsettling. One night, I woke up to the sound of delicate footsteps echoing through my apartment. I followed the sounds to the living room, where the dollhouse stood in the moonlit darkness. My heart raced as I watched in disbelief. The figures inside the dollhouse were moving, their tiny eyes fixated on me. It was as if the miniature world had come to life, defying the laws of reality. I approached the dollhouse cautiously, my mind struggling to comprehend what I was witnessing. The figures were intricate and lifelike, their expressions shifting from joy to malice as I watched. A figure that resembled Eliza gestured for me to approach, its porcelain fingers beckoning me closer. Over the next few nights, the dollhouse became a nightmarish theater of horrors. The figures whispered chilling secrets and cryptic warnings, their tiny voices like echoes from another world. I realized that the dollhouse was more than just an ordinary gift. It was a conduit, a portal to a realm where the lines between the living and the inanimate were blurred. Desperate for answers, I confronted Eliza about the dollhouse and its sinister inhabitants. Her demeanor changed, her smile fading as she looked at me with eyes that seemed distant and detached. "I thought you'd appreciate the connection," she said softly, her voice carrying an eerie undertone. I had unwittingly become a part of her disturbing creation, a pawn in a game that defied logic and reason. The dollhouse was a gateway to a world beyond comprehension, a place where the boundaries of reality were shattered and the laws of nature twisted. As I navigated this nightmare, I faced a choice: to embrace the terror within the dollhouse or to break free from its clutches and confront the horrifying truth behind Eliza's intentions.
Our journey began in a room filled with strangers, all bound by a common struggle: insomnia. The support group meetings were a place where we could share our experiences, offer comfort, and find solace in the company of others who understood the frustration of sleepless nights. It was in this unlikely setting that our paths crossed, and what followed was a connection that transcended the boundaries of reality. Her name was Emily, and her smile was like a beacon of warmth in the sea of weary faces. We connected instantly, our conversations flowing effortlessly as we exchanged stories of sleepless nights and the challenges we faced. Our shared struggles forged a unique bond, one that went beyond mere empathy and ventured into the realm of profound connection. As our relationship blossomed, so did the strange occurrences that seemed to blur the lines between dreams and reality. The nightmares began as fleeting images, shadows that danced at the edge of my consciousness before vanishing into the depths of my mind. But they grew more vivid with each passing night, their grip on me intensifying like a vice that refused to let go. The dreams were always the same, a shadowy figure pursuing me through a labyrinthine maze. Its features were obscured, but its presence was suffocating, a malevolent force that seemed to feed off my fear. Each time I woke up, drenched in sweat and gasping for air, I could feel the echo of its presence lingering, a haunting reminder of the nightmares that plowed my sleep. I confided in Emily, hoping that she might offer some insight or comfort. To my surprise, she confessed that she had been experiencing similar dreams. Her eyes held a mixture of resignation and understanding, as if she had anticipated this revelation. "You're not alone in this," she said softly, her voice carrying a weight of shared experience. "Our connection goes beyond the waking world. It reaches into the realm of dreams." As the nights passed, the boundary between dreams and reality grew increasingly blurred. I would catch glimpses of the shadowy figure in the corners of my vision during the day, its presence a constant reminder of the nightmares that haunted my sleep. My exhaustion grew, and my health deteriorated as I struggled to escape the clutches of the echoing dream. One fateful night, as I ventured deeper into the dream maze, I stumbled upon a chilling revelation. The figure pursuing me was me. The realization hit me like a sledgehammer. The nightmares were a manifestation of my own fears, a reflection of the darkness that can reside within the depths of the subconscious mind. Confronting Emily, I demanded answers. She looked at me with a mixture of sadness and acceptance, as if she had known this moment would come. Our connection opened a gateway, she explained, her voice soft but resolute. It's not just our thoughts that are shared. It's our very souls. The nightmares are a manifestation of our inner demons. I realized that our connection had created a bridge between our subconscious minds, a bridge that allowed our deepest fears to intertwine. The nightmares were not just dreams. They were a reflection of our shared struggles, a mirror that forced us to confront the darkest corners of our souls. In the end, I had to make a choice, to confront the nightmare head-on, to face the malevolent reflection of myself and overcome the fears that had taken root within my subconscious. The battle that followed was not just against a supernatural force, but against my own doubts, insecurities, and vulnerabilities. It was a battle for my sanity, my self-discovery, and ultimately, my ability to forge a connection that transcended the haunting echo of the dream world. If you enjoyed those stories, don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories. See you in another one.